go ahead and start the show. How y'all doing?
Doing good. How you doing?
Lovely.
Doing good. Yeah, so we want to invite Fair to this podcast. Hi, Fair.
Hi, how you doing?
And returning guest, you already know her, Kandace.
Hola, hello.
So what's going on?
Nothing much. Had a long week at work, and it's only Tuesday.
There's something I want to say publicly to Mr. Madison, actually.
Oh, here you go. Hold on. Let's get these cold opens out the way first.
No. I got to say this publicly because this has been on my mind. So on this podcast, it has been a joke of me and your name. And I want to say that it's not really a joke, but it kind of is. But I actually was saying your name to somebody a couple of weeks ago, and they said, "So how do you say his name?" And I like kind of pull it up. And then I went to dinner with Lauren and not Fair, but Lauren and Martina this weekend.
So that's 2 weeks ago.
Father's Day. Oh yeah, okay. And they said, and I said your name again. They said, you can't say his name right. Okay, so then I started like researching how to remember somebody's name. Because like in my mind, I'm saying it right. But then I was like, because I see your name, then I say your name how it says. Then I'm like, no, that's not right. And like, wait, that is right. You're gonna get it wrong if you say it that way. So I was researching how to say your name right.
This man has been knowing me going
on 10 years.
12 years. No, it's been more than 10.
Like, what?
It's been more than 10. It's way more than 10.
Yeah. And then so in my research, this article popped up on my feed and it says like it was about this white guy who used to use people's name as a form of psychological warfare. Like he would change someone's name slightly, and then like how that would like make people like hate him, and it would be like psychological warfare. And it reminded me of that story you told on this podcast about how your teacher would say your name wrong and how it made you feel. So I want to say I'm sorry, but like I can't really get your name. Like some of it times it's funny, but like I know that like sometimes it's not funny for you, but I really do be trying to get your name. It's just like I see it, and then I see it how I say it, and I'm like, oh my God, is that right? And then like it's a split second decision of how it comes out. So I want to publicly say, like I publicly was doing your name, I want to say I'm sorry and that I'm trying.
12 years. So okay.
Yeah. So that's what my brain was on that. This apology is coming 12 years later. So have you
no, because like
hold on, let me ask some questions now. You done said your piece.
I am.
Have you been getting his name wrong for 12 years?
No, so like when I text him, so in our text conversation, I call him Lorenzo. Because on our text message conversation, that's how like the T9 does it. Like I'll swipe it and then like it'll come out to Lorenzo. So I don't even call him his right name or anything around his name in text message conversations. And I've been doing that for 12 years. Like I've consistently called him Lorenzo for 12 years in our text messages. Okay. So wow. And
you never use his name, so you can never get his name right.
Get it wrong.
Yeah, basically. And then he's like Alejandro and stuff. So I am trying to. I said all that to say I'm sorry, and I'm trying to say your name correctly. It's not psychological warfare or anything. I didn't mean to make you cry, but yeah.
Well,
whoa.
I accept it.
And you got a nice dress. Where you going?
I'm where I'm at. No. What you mean where I'm going?
Got dressed up for this podcast. Leave her
Right.
alone.
Got the nails done. Got the 6-inch nails on.
Is that a
6
stripper
inch.
pole, Candace?
Oh, y'all just saw it. Yes, it is.
I saw that on the D&D episode, but I didn't want to blow up a spot. I was like, oh, she a fireman.
Did you get
I
on
see
that
it.
thing?
She a fireman.
Go get your yellow coat. I'm screaming. Did you get on there, Candace, or is that just there for decoration?
I can get on it, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Can you do
Another
like tricks
episode.
or like
Is this-
do you go to
I'm
classes?
still
or-
learning, so I can only do like, twirls and stuff like that. I can't like go backwards and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
So it's what you do now.
Why?
Is this that podcast?
What you want to see?
Yeah, this is not that podcast, DeMarcus.
Oh, it's not that podcast now.
I'm already voted for another episode, so I'm obviously out of my way.
Nigga.
I'm like, new episode.
Yeah. But
Hey,
like,
yo.
yeah, I hate when people do that because I can't do all those tricks, like those skating tricks, like go backwards and stuff. And people like go backwards, like no, I just go forward. I don't do the tricks.
We don't go
why would
backwards
you
in
need to
life.
go
We just go
backwards?
forward.
Exactly.
I'm screaming.
Why would you need to go backwards skating?
Mm.
So, Clint, you're not going to show us anything? Just clarity for the room.
Maybe later.
Okay. After hours, D&D.
Yeah.
I'll pod.
Off pod. DeMarcus, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, y'all. I'm doing good. Went on a bunch of dates this week.
Oh, okay.
Like more than 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
I mean, it's Tuesday.
Oh, so like 3?
Yeah, this weekend, though. You can get 3 in one day, so that's like 9.
I mean, whoa. Now, I ain't no Superman now.
What? You've had a bunch of dates in the past 2 days?
The past 5 days.
So is there a 3rd and 4th and 5th girl?
No.
Like how many girls is it now?
Same 2 girls.
Okay, so it's just 2 girls.
Start your carousel back up.
What the hell? Up?
Stop
I'm
it.
just screaming. That's
So
hilarious.
have you reached home base with these girls?
Wow.
Hold on, that part right there. We're gonna
That what the kids call it. It's not that podcast. If Candace ain't doing tricks, it's not that podcast.
I'm sorry. I'm sore too. I gotta agree. I was like, damn, this is after dark kind of stuff right here.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
all I want to say is you started it with
Well,
a
man,
stripper pole in the
y'all can
background. If you ain't never had a stripper pole in the background, we won't be going down this road.
Better. There you go.
Oh, look at you. Too late now. You know it's there.
Hide the stripper pole. Okay.
That's so funny.
I call it a workout stand. There we go.
A workout stand. For fitness purposes only, right,
For
Candace?
fitness purposes only. I do got the shoes though, so I'm super excited about that.
You ain't got a lot of men tell me you love me.
So Candace, when you invite men
I
to
don't.
your apartment, do they like see the strip pole and they're like, oh wow, what's this?
I don't invite them to my apartment.
Oh, okay.
She goes over there.
No.
Oh, you go over
Yeah,
there.
no, I don't go. I don't go anywhere.
I'm sorry.
We go out. We go out in public.
So you
You
never
went
have
on
alone
vacation?
time?
How was it? So you went
never
on
have alone time?
How was it?
Both y'all ask a question. I don't even know. I don't know who to listen to.
No, I said you never have alone time with the men that are in your life.
This is not that podcast.
This is also
It is
an
that
after dark.
podcast tonight, Loronta.
Apparently it is.
Loronta.
I just started going back out, so
Oh,
I haven't had to come across this issue.
okay.
That was my question. I was like, you went on a date recently, did you not? How was it?
Oh damn, nigga! Why don't you just tell my business?
Oh, you did?
Yeah, that's what I just did. Now do it again.
Don't get me out my element right now.
Keep it general,
I'm trying to
no
be nice.
No,
No
trying to be
names.
nice. Y'all are funny.
So how was this date though? Are you gonna see him again?
Yeah, I see him again this weekend.
Okay.
Okay, so it was a
But
good.
yeah,
date?
it was good. It was went to Jeju sauna.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay.
Sauna. Y'all went on a sauna, like a
Sauna
couple
day.
spots.
Huh?
Y'all went on a couple spots for a
Okay.
Yeah, it was super fun. Like I had never been, so I wanted to go, and he offered to take me.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I went. It was very fun. We talked for like hours.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it was good.
Very intimate setting for a date.
For a first
Was
date.
it really, I didn't realize how intimate it was until I realized everybody else there that was with somebody was definitely a couple. I was like, "Ooh,
Yeah,
okay."
yeah.
I didn't realize how this was going to be, but it was too late. I was already there. So,
At a sauna, you see them kind of naked.
Sauna. Half. I was about to say half naked. You don't got no clothes on. You, girl. You first of all.
oh
You,
no, no, no. We got clothes on. Wait a minute.
you don't got on.
we
You
got
don't got
all
on sweat. You don't got on no hoodie.
Ooh, why would we have a hoodie on for?
Is that what she's saying?
We had like a huge t-shirt on and some big ass shorts.
Okay.
So
Did you have a t-shirt and some big ass shorts on?
yeah, that's it.
I don't think you own anything big, so I think you're lying.
No, they give it to you. They give it to you. I don't own anything big, but
I know you don't. All your stuff be fitted.
but but they give it to you.
Okay.
So you change into the uniform that they provide when you're there.
Nice.
So it's fun.
Loronta, how
Jerry,
you
how you
doing?
doing?
Who? How who doing?
Lorante, sorry, excuse me.
My
Lorante,
man.
how is everything
Man,
going
it's
on with
going
you?
it's going good. So I recently joined a new brokerage. So I'm going through like new brokerage orientation. And like one of the good signs is like my sales manager, he's black. He's one of us. He's about 36, so he's fairly young. So really like the past 2 days we just been talking. Like it ain't like no training at all. We just been talking about life and different goals and stuff like that. So that's a really good, you know, I can't find the word right now, but it was just a really good time. Like we spent, 4 hours yesterday, 4 hours today, like I said, just talking about not even talking about business or anything like that, just talking about personal goals and stuff like that. So it's been pretty good. It's been pretty good. Kids are great. Yeah. What about
Okay.
you, Jared? How you living, man?
So I have been
Before we
playing.
move on to Jerry, we see you recording in the house now, man. Congratulations.
Yes.
Yeah.
Moving
Hey,
on
hey,
up.
BGE is moving on up. In about 2 weeks, I'll have my official setup, and not even full 2 weeks, maybe 10 days. But in
Official
the
setup. Okay.
the yeah, right. The podcast after next, it'll be a good little situation. So
It'll
Okay.
probably be like 3 episodes for y'all here, though.
Mm.
Mm.
it definitely will be 3 episodes. Now that I think about it, because how we drop and edit and stuff like that. But coming soon.
So I am doing good. I've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy
Ooh.
16 that just dropped. Um, my thoughts on it, and I just have like 20 hours so far in the game, and I didn't play today, and I didn't play no since Sunday, and we record on Tuesday. My thoughts on the game is that it's very white. Like I did
Ooh.
not see the first diversity higher in this game until like 5 minutes ago in this game, and yeah, it's very white. And like when I first encountered darker people, it's like they are just spicy white people because they're
Mm.
they're not really
They got
black.
all the skin.
Yeah, yeah, they're like olive people. So
Italians? What?
they're like Grecian, kind
Oh,
of,
okay.
because like their hair doesn't. It's like it's weird, but they're not brown people, and they're supposed to be like Middle Eastern,
Mm.
but they aren't.
Persians.
Yeah, yeah,
Remember?
and
Wait, I don't mean to cut you off. Quick.
and and it's very white. So today and yesterday, I've been trying like to consume more black media. Like, let me put y'all onto this horror movie that just came out called "The Angry Black Girl and Her Monster."
Oh
It was
no,
Mm.
just released.
no.
No, it
Oof.
was just released. It's like about a 16-year-old girl who is very smart, very intelligent, and
Mm-hmm.
her brother dies, and she brings her brother back to life. and
Uh-uh.
it is very, very, very good. It's like it's a lot of social commentary though, but it is very good. And
Hold
in
on, we
this,
got a little bounce back.
yeah, and okay, and in this movie, I love the part where she becomes disruptive, or she has a little tip with her teacher, and and she and her teacher calls the cops on her just because uh, the girl didn't agree with her teacher, and the teacher calls the cops on her in the classroom. So then afterwards, her father comes and she defended his daughter, and it was like such a beautiful moment. But like it's very heavy on the political commentary, but it's still a very, 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 very good movie. So, and it was just released, An Angry Black Girl and Her Monster.
It's a movie.
It's Black Frankenstein right there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, why you saying no? You haven't seen it?
No, I don't do horror.
It's labeled as a horror, but it's not a horror. It's very gory, very gory. It's not a horror. It's not scary. It's just gory, and there are some images that you may not like, but it's mostly a political commentary movie.
Because I think that I'm pretty sure that class scene is coming from like a real life one, where there's a girl that the teacher called the cops on her.
Yeah.
So that did resonate. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's interesting that they put that in there.
Yeah, it was a lot of things that happened in real life that that came through on that movie. So yeah, a lot of real life situations. But yes, I just wanted to put y'all on to that right quick.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
About the white folks in the Final Fantasy. And I was scared. Do y'all remember how old y'all was, or the first time y'all realized when white folks be like tall, dark, and handsome, they mean like Ben Affleck?
Yeah.
Affleck?
Yeah.
What's his last name?
Ben Affleck.
What about him?
Well, the descriptor, tall, dark, and handsome.
Like in a book, if you're reading it in the book, it describes the character.
When I hear tall, dark, and handsome, I'm like, oh, a tall, dark-skinned man. A tall, dark-skinned man, you know?
No, they meant like tall black hair.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're like, no, we mean dark features. I'm like, what's a dark feature? Like a wide nose and thick lips? Like, come on.
A little tan, a slight tan.
That sounds dumb. My brain can't even compute.
You've never heard that? You never heard tall, dark, and handsome?
Tall, dark, and handsome, but I'm automatically assuming complexion, dark in complexion, not hair color.
Oh, so you learned that.
I've never heard that white people think that is somehow reflective of Ben Affleck, and I'm like, and Ben Affleck not even handsome, so I'm all the way confused.
Oh, like Ben Affleck,
Brad
Pitt.
Let me look up how Brad Pitt look. I don't think he cute neither. Hold on. Let me.
He used to be.
Do like 2006. I was gonna say like 2006.
You know, before the drugs and stuff, he was good.
Yeah.
Robin Thicke.
Yeah.
No, there's nothing.
Robin Thicke looks like a rodent.
There's nothing cute about Robin Thicke.
He is little.
Who's the lead singer in Sync?
You know who I think is a cute Caucasian gentleman? Orlando Bloom. He is adorable.
Yeah, Orlando Bloom, tall, dark, and handsome. I don't know how tall he is, but
he's not tall. He's not tall or dark. No,
or handsome. Oh my god.
Oh, wait a minute. I wouldn't go that far. Legless is handsome. I don't know what you're talking about.
Nah, he looks like he has a secret. He looks like he
probably does.
Secret.
Who doesn't? We all got secrets. You got secret.
Nope. No, I really like the latest Superman. I don't know what his name is.
Henry Cavill?
Yes, Henry Cavill is cute. And so is the latest Captain America.
What's his name?
What is
Which Chris?
Name? It's like Chris something. He's a
Chris.
Chris Evans.
Sorry, wrong one.
Yeah, Chris
I'm
Evans
talking
is
about
really
Chris
cute.
Pratt. Ew.
Nah. Chris Evans is cute. And so is
But Chris Hemsworth.
yeah, he's cute too.
Hemsworth is definitely fine. He good looking.
The whole brothers, all the Hemsworths.
Aquaman, cute too.
Oh yeah, it's Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa is way past cute. He is like Zaddy fine.
Yeah, but
no, that's tall, dark, and handsome right there. If you want to talk about somebody being tall,
yeah, he's not white.
He's like Samoan, ain't he?
Yeah.
Oh, he is just beautiful.
Yeah, that's a beautiful man. That is a
that man is gorgeous.
He's also in the new Fast 10?
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Y'all, I am going stir crazy. I have yet to see that, and I have not seen the Galaxy 3. So
I haven't seen the Galaxy yet.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is good, y'all. And the Spy.
I heard it's so good. I just saw John Wick yesterday, and that was good too.
You been using your movie pass here?
So let me tell you about that movie pass. They been getting on my nerves. So y'all, DeMarcus has hooked me up with a $10 a month movie pass.
That's where I got
$10 a month, and I can see 3 to 4 movies depending on how I time it. But number one, I started it like in March, and then April was kind of wonky. I was super busy with work, so I never went. Long story short, I've probably paid $10 twice and not used any of those credits. I'm finally in where I'm using my credit. And the other day, Justin and I went to go see a movie, like, I don't know, late as all outdoors Sunday. That following Monday, I was off. So I was like, I'm going to go see another movie. Why I pull up to the movie theater and they was like, you can't see a movie. And I was like, what do you mean? And they was like, your card is declining because it was still registering my movie from the day before. And I was like, this pass starting to become a little bit inconvenient. I need them to like figure out this. And then customer support. Y'all know how I feel about customer
support. It's trash. It's trash.
They don't buy it. So I'm like, I'd rather just pay my $15 for every movie and be done. Because it's stressful.
No, I'm not there. Like when it works, it's great. When it works, it works. And it works 80% of the time.
Yeah. We went again last Sunday. There's something about us in Sunday nights. Like we like to go to the movies at 10 at night. But we went last Sunday, and then I was gonna go tonight, but I got off work late, and I didn't want to be late for this. So here I am.
So yeah, DeMarcus loves Movie Pass. So DeMarcus convinced both Fair and Kandace to get Movie Pass.
No, my brother got me my Movie Pass.
Oh, okay.
Oh well, my brother didn't get my movie. DeMarcus, you want to pay for my pass? Dude, that got like a 2-for-1.
No, he just turned me on to it. Like,
he just turned her on to it. He ain't paying for it.
He ain't paying for it.
Wow.
Oh, your brother not paying for it? Well, my brother needs to pay for it. That is a shameless plug.
Yeah, we always shameless plug Movie Pass. So Movie Pass, if you hear this, y'all need to go ahead and sponsor us because we're going to start editing these segments out.
They know they need it. Again, the customer support is subpar.
Yeah.
We also need to start reviewing movies if they're going to be sponsoring us, I guess.
What? Y'all don't ever watch movies at the same time because, like, we are supposed to sponsor. I mean, like watch the Ant-Man and the Wasp and review Ant-Man and the Wasp. And that's still out. And we have Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Quantumania.
I just watched that a couple days ago.
Exactly. Okay, but Guardians.
Am I invited to come back? We can review it. I've seen it twice now.
Oh, really? You saw it twice? You liked it that much?
I ain't like it that much.
I've seen it twice too. I watched it on Disney Plus.
Or it's like I ended up watching it twice. It isn't a movie that I'm like I need it on DVD, but I definitely saw it twice.
Yeah. Well, I feel
as long as it's like streaming somewhere, I'll be all right.
But Guardians is streaming on July 6th. No, July 7th. So that's why I'm going to see it because, we did that whole James Gunn episode. So I thought that I couldn't, trash talk James Gunn and then go happily bounce into his movie, spreading rose petals everywhere. So.
I thought you said that, it's up to each individual to make their decision.
Yeah, and my decision was I couldn't go support him because he touched children allegedly. So
you stand with the victims,
I stand with the victims. But I can watch it on Disney Plus.
Like this Jonathan Majors, huh?
Oh, it's coming out in July on Disney Plus?
Yeah, July 7th.
Best month in the world.
So Jonathan Majors, it has been released that the cops, or it has been proven in court that the cops actually coerced Johnny
Coerced.
Major's then white girlfriend to say those things out in the interrogation room. So
boom! I knew it. I knew my man was innocent.
yeah,
you knew it.
I mean, he's not been proven innocent yet. He's not been proven guilty yet. But yeah, it was released that in the court that she was actually coerced into saying that stuff. But does it make a good look fine? I'm sorry. Go ahead, DeMarcus.
Always.
They need to have this trial live like they had the
Johnny Depp
and Amy Heard.
Yeah, boy. I want to tune
But
it in.
also, they need to start holding these people accountable for falsely accusing folks. I'm really getting annoyed with them because I know two people personally that when we were in school, we were all at HU, that they got accused of some stuff that they just didn't do, and it really messed them up for some years. Like, it took them a while to rebound from that, and I don't think that that's fair.
Y'all, that's crazy. We all went to Hampton together, y'all.
We did.
Amazing.
Some of my best memories. Who's coming?
Hey.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
And it's like the 30th anniversary for Everything Fire and the 30th anniversary for Black Diamond, and I'm still
and Black Magic.
And it's my anniversary for my class, but
you got finished.
But are you going?
It's your 35th anniversary for your class, Jared?
No, I said it's my anniversary for my class.
No, it's like 35th.
Oh, my bad, the 30th. The 30th. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
They're trying to be funny. He's so childish.
He is trying to be funny.
It's probably like the 20th, 22nd.
Yeah.
Y'all
but let's go ahead and start, unless we have anything else to say.
No, I think that's good right there.
BGEN.
BGEN. Therapy did not work for me, and let me tell y'all about it. So I had to attend therapy through my old job, and it was horrible. I had this Russian intern who was my therapist, and she was not relatable at all. Then we both had a language barrier that we had to go through every time we talked. Also, she made me come to our therapy sessions at 4 p.m. on Fridays. And you know I had to drive through downtown Atlanta traffic while it was in its peak. Now, I have said on this podcast that I'm not going to therapy again, and that I just need people to tell me what their therapist says to them so I can use their advice on myself. But you know what? I may have to rethink that. Y'all, BetterHelp is an online counseling service that allows you to connect to a licensed therapist from the comfort of your own home, or boat, or cruise ship, car, or wherever you may be. The best part is you can switch therapists at any time, and you have full access to virtual sessions through text, phone, and video conferencing. No matter what you're going through, BetterHelp has a professional who can help. And because you're a listener to Black Geek Energy, you can get 10% off your first month by visiting betterhelp.com/BGEpod. That's betterhelp.com/BGEpod for 10% off your first month. So go ahead, take care of your mental health today. Check out BetterHelp, and let's get back to the show. And we're back. So you guys, this is the second installment of Loronta Plays D&D. Loronta Rolls the Dice 2. So we're going to start this podcast by asking Loronta a question. Baby. How was your second installment, your second game of Dungeons and Dragons?
It was pretty fun. It was pretty fun. We added Fair onto the mix, and I liked her character. And we kind of picked up where we left off on the last one, so it was good. Shout out to the DM. I'm ready to be a DM now. I don't want to do the next one, but like on down the line, I'm ready to DM again. Not like I said, not the next game, but I'm ready. I think I'm ready.
And Fair, this is also your first.
To be so creative, like the way that Jared was our DM, guys, and the way that he had kind of like our skit and the background of what was happening in the actual game, I enjoyed that part because I'm a story person.
Oh wow.
And so I don't want to just get in here and start rolling stuff and just attacking people and doing all crazy stuff. It was like literally a story, and I thought that was fun.
Okay. Thank you.
I like that too. I'm really about the role play when it comes. Like when I first started, I was all about the battles. But once you play enough battles, it's like, all right, I've gotten tired of like waiting on my turn, and I want to just like have a good time.
So with this one, it was more battle focused. So was this game boring to you, DeMarcus? Because you seem kind of restless during the thing, like you were staying up a lot and.
I was snacking.
Okay.
So I was just kept getting up to get like more food and stuff.
Yeah. And go ahead.
But no, I wasn't. It wasn't boring. I don't know. I guess I just was a little bit restless because I definitely loved the fighting. Because like so many of the things that your character can do in D&D is like battle oriented. So if you're never in a battle, you won't get to use it. And then you got to be in like, you got to go through a few battles to be able to use everything you got in your arsenal.
Yeah.
Like I really like the challenge that you had at the beginning. Like it was frustrating to go through it, but like thinking about it now, it's like it was a chance for us to like kind of like use some of our skills that we had that are not necessarily battle oriented and try to get out of the handcuffs or whatever.
So
Jerry started the sex dungeon, y'all.
Yeah, and in this dungeon, Fair. In this dungeon, Fair actually was trying to get out her locks. I was like, "Well, do you have a lock pick?" And Fair was like, "No." And then she used her fingernail, and then with her fingernail, she rolled a d20. And if you roll a d20, that's like an automatic win, no matter what. So I had to.
Like a natural 20?
Yeah, she got a natural 20. And then I had to immediately, because I was like, okay, Fair ain't gonna get this. Like, a fingernail can't do this. I was already thinking of ways to like say, yeah, your fingernail sucks, it's too big or something. And then when you rolled that natural 20, I was like, wait a second, like what?
Okay, so I want to get out of my chains.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to walk somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna use my strength.
Okay. Just hold on. Just making sure you know, because you do know. You just saw the owlbear use his strength to get out the chain, and then he winced in pain. So do you still want to try to get out?
But can I get out in a different way? Like he went all trying to pull it apart. Okay. I just want to like pick at it.
Okay.
Like, get it loose.
Okay. Do you have any thieves tools on your character sheet or anything that will help you? Now that wouldn't be on the thieves on the character sheet that I made, but it'd probably be on your original sheet. But you will need something like a thieves tools or something.
No, I don't have thieves tools.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so how are your nails?
Sharp and pointy.
Okay, so do you want to use your nails?
Yes, I do want to use them.
All right, go ahead and roll a dexterity check.
Here we go. In there. Pop. Come on.
Wow, I was like, this is not going to work. This is like a 30. Okay, but natural 20. Congratulations. So with your nails are so sharp, you can actually fit it in there. And although your nail breaks, you were actually able to take the broken nail and like just start wiggling around in your lockpick, and you do manage to release one of your cuffs. And then you take it, and then you kind of manage to release it, and you almost like you got it. And then at the very end, right before the nail snaps forever, you do get out of your cuffs and you are free with your fingernail. Wow. So yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
Fair was
that was
definitely rolling hot, man. She was rolling 20s all night.
She was.
Mm-hmm.
I needed to be like that when I'm at the casino because I'm not that hot when I'm at the D&D. I was like, yeah, I'm killing it.
Let's
I'm
go.
killing
Wait to get back on the craps table with you. That's my dog right there, yeah.
So, Kandace, how was your second time playing D&D?
How do I phrase what I'm about to want to say? I think I was frustrated with it, mostly because I felt like I should have known more about my character to like play her better. But I felt like I was even before the first game. Like I couldn't figure out nothing. I was confused about everything. But I liked like the lock picking thing. I liked watching like the interactions, especially like that. Basically, what the Marcus said, that first part, that was like the best part. I mean, y'all exclude me losing power and all that kind of stuff. But like that part I really liked. But then like when it got to the battle, I felt useless yet again, like I did the first time. Because I was like, what is with my powers? Why are my rolls so low?
Yeah. The dice were just not on your side.
It was not. I was like, huh?
You were missing a lot of your attacks, a lot of your bow attacks.
Yeah, I was missing. That was terrible.
Yeah, because I was like, man, I haven't heard sneak attack in a minute. Where's the damage?
Nowhere. It's nowhere. I was like, I felt so useless. I was like, I don't even need to be a part of this group. Just go ahead and kill me.
Nah, we need everybody. We need everybody.
Yo, even if the only reason you there is to take some of the damage, because
yeah.
But I was super excited to do the Thunder one.
What you say, Fair?
Huh?
I said DeMarcus was getting cream with all the damage. He was getting
he was.
I think this is because Jared hates me, man.
Like, you don't want to heal me? I'm like, no, I want to heal myself. He's like,
like, no one wants to help me?
Yo, it was when Jared didn't want to get you out of the chains. I was like, damn.
Like, I am the tank of the party, and nobody wants to help me?
But nobody knew you. And you didn't, like, introduce yourself. Nobody knew you. You're just a rando.
I knew him because he told me I could break another nail to get him out his locks. I'm like, break another nail? Who are you?
Break a nail? That's terrible. Would never.
You need a nail for? You ain't picking up coins. Let's go.
Right, you only got 10 of them and go out there.
Right, you got 10 nails. You can spare 2.
Oh, hell no. We ain't breaking no nails for some niggas. That doesn't make no sense.
Hey, yo.
Sorry.
Well,
but I was not singling DeMarcus out. The Gorgon, he was the closest person, because Fair was the closest person, but you were killing people. That's why the Gorgon was like, okay, she needs to go. So,
okay.
And you were the closest person.
Okay, well, that's the Gorgon. But what about every other snake person on there? Because I swear every snake person came to me.
You were the closest person. Because Loronta went all the way back. He was like, that call lightning's up. I'm going back.
I was in a tree.
That's all I'm doing.
And Kandace was hidden.
Yeah, Kandace was invisible.
Yeah,
I was in a tree the whole time.
He hit the whole match.
Yeah.
See? I knew you were going to have some problem with that, Marcus.
I did. That's how you play a rogue. That's how you play a rogue.
But you're a giant, though. You're not like a little.
Had I been a rogue, I would did the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
No, but she's a giant. Her blog is a giant.
I did wonder at some point, though, especially because I kept rolling those natural 20s. I'm like, what would this game look like if we actually rolled our die? Like, I'm glad that it was automated because then everybody else can see. And I think in a virtual space, it can really confirm that you actually rolled that versus just being like, I rolled a natural 20. And you'd be like, I don't know, I ain't see it. But because I kept rolling like high hit and like what I was hitting on didn't really make any sense. Like the fingernail, for instance. Like, how did I break this fingernail off enough to where it can pick a lock?
Yeah.
So I did wonder about that, like what a game would look like in either a physical sense or even if we did like virtually and maybe backed our cameras away to kind of make sure that nobody cheats. You know, I don't think we're cheaters, but you know, you never know in a game.
I mean, just be the Marcus.
Wow.
Well, you hit, so that's like cheating too. So get off my brother. You know, you hit the tree. He was in a tree. But yeah, but I was because DeMarcus was the only one actually rolling his die, and I did want to get more comfortable with that. So I'm looking forward to another game, even if we don't do it in person, where we can actually roll our die, so I can get a better understanding of how that works as well.
Okay, that's fair. But yeah, you were not supposed to get all that. The way that I set it up was that Kandace, because I knew she had lock picking skills, so Kandace
There
was
you go.
supposed to assist everybody with their locks, and it would just get easier and easier and easier as she goes to everybody. But yeah, you set that up, and I think that's one of the things about being a DM. Like, you can prepare and prepare and prepare all day long and all morning long and not sleep and everything, and then here comes Fair with his natural 20, and it just totally disrupts everything. You're like, oh well, that's out the window.
Or not even that. Like, your players can be selfish and not want to help nobody else and just, care about themselves.
You see how you defended him before, and then he just still come back and attack you?
Fair. I'm talking about Fair. That was not meant for you. That one.
I know it wasn't because I actually gave you some of my healing points. So, I didn't take that as shot, but I didn't make it too funny. Like, here we go.
So, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that's why I don't be preparing that hard. When I DM, I'll be like, all right, here are the challenges, and they're gonna get through them. They got to figure out how to get through them. I don't know what nobody got.
Yeah. So, how did y'all like the main antagonist or the main PC character?
Hated her.
Win.
Hated her. Hated her with
the man or the girl or the little
the lady,
Win?
the one that couldn't nobody kill.
No. Win.
The one that came and got us out the cage
with the staff.
The MC of the
with the staff.
Yeah.
Oh no, I thought you were talking about the what do you call that character? Yes, I was like, die already. Y'all, we was attacking this character from every which way. And it was like losing a lot of points, losing a lot of healing points, but still alive. I'm like, how?
Can we know how high her thing is now that she's dead?
So she had 156 or 52 hit points, the Gorgon.
I hit the hole like 3 times, man.
Yeah.
With 30 plus. I mean,
was she taking damage because we was looking at her? Or did we just have disadvantage on attacks?
So Loronta had disadvantage on his magical attacks. Because she was I put that Yanti skill on her even though she doesn't have it. Because I wanted them all to be Yanti. So Loronta had disadvantage on all his magical attacks. So he was like, I attacked her for 46. And I was like, actually that was like 22. And she still got a lot to go. So you're not doing much, buddy. But I was go ahead.
No, that was it. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Fair.
I was just like, did everybody hear what you said? She had over 100 hit points. Hit points.
I mean, my character was topping out at 95, so
yeah,
that's why I like still didn't go down. Like,
yeah, that's why.
Like, had that been one of y'all characters, shit. Like, if 2 people gang up on you, that's it. It's over.
Yeah, that's why. I was like, Loronta was saying we need a potion for DeMarcus. Was like, he's fine. Like, he's okay right now at the beginning. While these people doing 8 damage to him, like he's fine. So yeah. But I was talking about Win, who was like the MC, who like came and got y'all out of the prison. What did y'all think about his character?
So, for those who don't know, Win is a character that Jared used to play. And there's another character in the game that he mentioned, Kairuthro.
Yeah.
It's also a character that Jared used to play.
Yeah.
It seemed like a Jared. It just seemed like another Jared in gameplay.
Say it again?
It seemed like a Jared in gameplay.
It did. All of them seemed like Jared.
I was like, it's just multiple Jareds.
I hate it so much. And I was like, nobody else knows, and it's getting on my nerves.
Yeah. So I mentioned Karuto, but I wasn't supposed to. That was actually Karuto's um, uh, picture that I was using for Win. But Win was my character that I used in the Marcus's game um, when we played the Marcus's uh, campaign. And in this game, he actually like succeeded on his mission to be this champion of Mystra, the goddess of magic, and he is actually working for this person, Beyonce, and her untold powers. Um, uh,
Is
because what?
Is Beyonce another character that you played in a different D&D game?
Yeah, Beyonce. Yeah, all of my characters have ascended. Except for Kairuthro. Nobody knows where Kairuthro is, but all of my characters have ascended. But,
Naruto is the first the character that you played when we played with James, ain't it?
Yeah.
Now in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Characters from like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
it was funny to me when Loronta was like, "I know that guy. He's my brother." I was cracking up. I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Yeah, that's my brother. I know that guy." So the whole game, I was like, "Why is his brother taunting us?" Basically. So that was interesting. Part of it.
So Loronta, why did you think that Win was your brother? I that was kind of confusing for me too.
Because y'all know I got a lot of stuff going on back home. It's like a civil war going on back in the Fey. Wow, that's why I left. Because it was a whole, what's the word? A coup.
Mm-hmm.
It was a coup. Where we were in the palace. So DeMarco actually teleported us out of there. But is he okay? Where's DeMarco?
I mean, where do you think DeMarco is?
I don't know.
I mean, DeMarco was very loyal to you, and then you just disappeared. Y'all were just walking, and you just disappeared. So what would DeMarco be doing?
Better come find me. What are you talking about?
Okay. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So, DeMarcus, what did you think of my DMing skills? You hated all my characters, but as a DM, how?
I hated that they were. I hated that they were all characters that I recognized and no one else recognized them. And I wasn't rolling well at first, so that's what was frustrating me. Yeah. My character's he's souped up. I done chose all the right feats, all the right abilities. This man finna be a fucking beast. And like all I'm rolling like below 10 on everything, below 5 really.
Damn.
So
but if you was online, you was rolling online.
I wasn't say that.
So DeMarcus, why did you decide to not use the virtual dice?
Because I really believe I'm one of those D&D players that's like, you got to put your energy and your will into the dice. You can't just be out here, rolling.
Okay, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Exactly.
Roll virtual dice. Hold on, I'm gonna get to why my rolls are bad. Hold on, I'm gonna get to that.
About that.
Rolling virtual dice, it's like the virtual dice are soulless. You know what I'm saying? It's like typing a computer versus like typing a paper on a computer versus writing it. Like if you write it yourself, you can see how somebody's feeling they writing. Like if they get bigger or smaller, they letters get wider or something like that. You gotta put your hands on the dice and put your energy into the dice. Like really, that's how you really get good rolls or the rolls that you need. I was rolling bad because I was using my backup dice.
Okay.
I was using my game dice were in my book bag, and they had all fall out the little container, and it was like thrown in the bottom of the bag. And I was like, I don't feel like scooping them up and getting that back together. And I should have taken the extra 2 minutes and did that because I pulled them backup dice out the bag that I have never used, and they was mad, they was angry, and that's why I was rolling so bad. Yo, dice have feelings, man. If you talk shit about your dice, watch how many ones you roll.
So do you think that leaving your dice at the bottom of your book bag is going to affect your next game?
No, I think those dice are like my game dice, so they're always in my book bag. And usually they're like in a case in my book bag, but the case is like magnetic, so sometimes it falls open. But I think they like to travel with me. I take my book bag pretty much everywhere with me, so they get to see the world.
All right.
At the bottom of your book bag, they get to see the world.
My book bag, they get to see the world. Yes.
He lost it when he said feeling. I'm like, what?
I feel like we definitely in Yu-Gi-Oh right now.
Real dice. Roll with them real dice. Talk shit to him at first and be like, you piece of shit dice, fuck you, old bitch ass dice, and then talk sweet to him. Be like, come on, baby, you can do it. Like mama needs.
Oh my god, that sounds like verbal abuse.
And the dice don't like that. Just like you wouldn't like it. But then you got, some folks, they got them kind of dice. They got some kinky ass dice. They talk shit.
So you be gaslighting your dice.
Say it again.
You be gaslighting your dice.
I don't do that to my dice. I don't ever. What are they rolling?
Wait, were you saying that's what you should do, or that's what you shouldn't do?
No. I'm just saying that dice are as varied and complex as people. So if you got some kinky dice, it's like, oh, yell at me, daddy. You need to do what you need to do.
Wow. But back to my original question. How's my DMing skills? Because this is my second or third time DMing.
Wow.
So
I did get off track.
How was my DMing skills to you, a seasoned player now?
I love your characters. The NPCs in the game are great. I loved it. Yeah, it was mostly battle, like you were saying. So I didn't get to see a lot of like your setup and stuff. I think you had some stuff planned, and we was taking a long time to like get to the place that you need us to be in for that stuff to happen. And that's cool. It seems like you took like the railroad approach. It's like, this is the story, and you're on the tracks. And it's boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, it was. I was definitely leading y'all to a certain place, and I did let y'all explore a lot. But yeah, go ahead.
The only thing I would say is, what I'm saying, make some, allow us to go off the tracks a little bit. Like because I think he was waiting on everybody to get out of their handcuffs, and that took a while. Like I couldn't, I for one could not escape. So I think the person Wynn could have came back and still took us to the arena, even if everybody didn't make it out of their handcuffs.
Okay, interesting.
So yeah, just allow for remember that the dice might fail and it might not happen. So what happens if it doesn't happen?
So what do you remember about Wynn from the previous game? See if I can give y'all any spoilers for our next game.
Well, I remember about Wynn from the previous game.
What do you mean? Like
brother.
He was from was he a water genasi? No, he was a changeling, right?
Yeah,
he was a changeling. So they were a changeling because they no gender or whatever. What else?
Didn't he have like a shadow?
Yeah,
he had a staff. Well, his shadow had a staff or something.
No, he does have a staff. He got that later.
And he was in. The only other thing I remember is that he was trying to become like a servant of Mistress. He was trying to become like Mistress Champion, and I think Mistress used to like talk to him or like send him messages or something like that, like visions. And he liked money. He was definitely trying to like escape with a bunch of money in the first game, and that was kind of like holding the party back.
Okay.
Everybody was like, let's just get out of here. He's like, but the money though, like we can take another minute, we can figure out how to take this money with us.
Yeah. I think that one thing about Wynn that wasn't very explored in your game, and probably won't be explored in my game, is that Wynn doesn't like wizards at all. He's a very magical character, but he feels like wizards are the colonialist of the magical world, and that they are really taking the opportunities for the original magic casters like druids and sorcerers and clerics for themselves, and he wants to, or he wanted, or he maybe still wants to open a HDCU, which is a historically druid college university. So that was Wynn's secondary goal to being Mistress Champion. but yeah, he felt that it wasn't fair that only wizards were allowed to work in a king's court, and uh, the other original magic users um, were relegated to like wherever they were. So
Mhm.
yeah, that's something else about Wynn's character that was really explored. Um, Lorante, tell me, what have you learned from this game about your character, or about like D&D in general?
There you go. There you go. The possibilities are, endless. So, like as Marcus was saying, the players can get creative. Anything can happen, and like you said, if you roll the right thing, like I said, like you said, anything can happen. Just like we keep on going back to it, how fair, using a nail. So I feel like like we just gotta get more creative, like with our characters. Like we know their class, we know their race, like we know the little special feats that they can really do to really pull the most out of the game. And that's what I like about it. That's what I do like about it. For me, I just got to change one or two spells. Um, Start off with call lightning. Don't play around with it. And just start every battle with call lightning and just go from there.
That's a strategy. That's a strategy right there. Because like
Um,
I've known a lot of people who have the call lightning spell but don't use it like that.
mhm. Because if y'all like if my team is like busy, with the hand to hand, because like I said, research I've done, like druids, like we control the board more so than the hand to hand. So that's why I
Mm.
added spike growth, added stonewall. I didn't get to use them yet, but I want to do more with just controlling what's going on and not necessarily I got to walk up on somebody, put the hands. No, I don't got to do all that. Let me stay back here. Y'all distract them. I call this, and we'll just go like that. And then I did have some spells I wanted to use, but I got turned to stone because I was gonna heal you up, bro. But I got turned to stone for like 2 rounds. So
That
Uh,
spike would have been good. Because like if you had just set it up around me, so that every time somebody get near me, they get hurt.
boom.
That'd have been dope. That'd have
That's
been a
not bad.
dope ass combo.
So I got a question. Lorente, you said something about changing a spell. So when I look back on my character sheet, if there's something on my character sheet that I'm like, not feeling it, this didn't work out for me or whatever, I can change it.
After a
Yes.
So
long rest, your
there we
character
go.
can, um, as a bard, change his spells every day.
Do
But
that?
yeah, I think yeah they can, right? No, look that up right quick. Make sure I'm not
Yes,
lying.
a druids and clerics can do that.
And wizards, and
And
bards, right? Bards can change their spells every. Well,
I don't think bards can change. They don't. I don't think bards have prepared spells. I think because bards learn spells through their music, so they just like memorize a song. Yes.
Mm.
hmm.
And
Well,
that's
I
another thing
do
with different
know that
classes. Yeah.
what the D&D, what Jeremy Crawford has said recently is that bards can change their spells every day, and sorcerers can also change their spells every day. Because he said that um, he realized that when you are playing, you're usually a level, let's say 10 character for a long time. Like you don't level up every day. And like it's just not fair. It doesn't sit right with him that you would have to have those set spells as you are learning the game, as you are getting more familiar with the game. Like you should be able to reach around in your magical arcana and change your spell. So I know that that is an optional rule that he added in that DMs can use.
Gotcha.
So in my game, uh, bards and sorcerers, if y'all had a sorcerer, would be able to, but I'm not sure if that is actual rule. But in my game, it is a rule. So
Okay, dope. And
yeah,
that's the thing about D&D. You can make your own rules when you the DM and say, "Hey, this might be what's written, but this is how we doing it over here."
yeah.
Um,
And that's my biggest point. Like I like playing with y'all. 'Cause my brother Travis came over. He's like, "Oh, y'all playing D&D?" Well, they host it
I
every
saw him.
Wednesday at this
I did
place.
see him in the back, and I was like, "That Travis."
Yeah. He's like, they host it at X, Y, Z. I'm like, I mean, I'm cool, but I don't know if I want to play with other folks just because I don't have time for no anal ass. Well, you can't do that, and who did this, and this is not true to the. Hey man, get on my face, man. I'm here for fun. We're not playing for no money. Like,
Good to have
come
a
on,
good
man.
time.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm really about.
One
Okay.
thing,
I was just wondering because that also makes it interesting because it adds to the storyline. And like with this game that we played on Sunday, we're now on, I guess, a pause. So does this pause that we're on constitute as a long rest, or is it just we're gonna pick up where we left off?
You're gonna pick up where you
Yeah.
left off. I don't know
Okay.
if y'all can have a long rest in the game yet. Y'all will
Do
have
we
to
drink that
ask
water?
when.
That water though, that water
That
counts.
water, yeah. So Candace
Wait,
found
but you
water.
said what, Jared?
Oh, I
You said
don't
you didn't
know.
know who because of what?
Y'all have to ask when if y'all can have a long rest.
Oh, well, that's cool because Loronta, that's your brother, so handle that. Use that kinship familiarity.
But yeah, Candace did find that water. Candace also found these green stones, and I thought that would make DeMarcus. I thought that would spring something to Marcus's head. DeMarcus, do you know what the green stones are?
Oh, are they ion stones?
No, they are not
Nope.
ion stones. um, no, they're not ion stones, but
Are
they
they sending stones?
no. So I guess you don't know,
I
but
guess
they are
so.
Nope.
green stones, and
They're what
uh,
kind?
green stones, and I remember. Oh, Candace, you didn't do an identify on them, but I just thought like the
No.
color would resonate because they are stones from Critical Role. So I did put those stones in the game, um, but y'all didn't need them yet. Y'all didn't
What
need them
season of
yet.
Critical Role are they from?
All three, all three actually, all three. Oh yeah, Laurente. Right quick, explain what Call Lightning is to the people in who don't know D&D, because Call
Perfect,
Lightning is a
perfect,
spell that you really liked.
And
perfect. So yeah, so oh, go ahead.
before you get an explanation, for those who don't know, Critical Role is a D&D web series. Um,
Definitely.
Same thing you just did. They playing D&D. You just watch other folks playing D&D. It's a great way to learn how to play and to learn how to play a bunch of different characters.
Definitely, definitely. So for me, Call Lightning, um, it's an attack spell. So what you do, you summon a huge, thundercloud over the arena. I want to say it's 150 feet wide.
So it's 10
And
feet wide, but it affects an area of
I'm
100
sorry,
feet,
but
and you can
boom,
cast
boom,
it.
boom.
It has a range of 120 feet.
There we go, there we go. And I'm really big on range attack, so I can, like I said, so I can stay out the way and I can call these spells. So and it's a concentration spell, so you hold it the whole time until your attack and lose concentration. But it's just a really powerful spell, especially if you believe in the heart of the dice, as the market said, and you roll right. It can do a lot of damage. So I love it. That's one of my favorite ones. Some I'm gonna add though, because I had summon Face Spirit, but I lost that early. I'm gonna add summon Draconic Force, so I'm gonna summon a dragon on y'all asses,
Who?
and a dragon.
So just make sure that if we do a long rest, that you do that, but you gotta mark off your spells, Laurente.
Yeah, yeah. So I was highlighting them, but not marking them off. That was my fault. I didn't know what that like. I didn't understand because we didn't do Roll20 last time, but I
Yeah,
got you next time.
because
Hey, I
you are
got
running out of
cast spells,
spells.
dog.
Yeah, casting a lot of spells. You don't know what's coming up. Well, Wynn gave y'all a little hint of what's
Hmm.
coming up. Uh,
Another dragon.
Yeah.
Possibly.
See, I like to play. That's the reason I like to play like martial classes, like rogues, fighters. What's the other one? Monks, because for most of those classes, like when you short rest, you get all your shit back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then you also may like warlocks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I want to do a warlock.
yeah. Warlocks are fun. I
Blast.
actually played a warlock
Augmented it.
child. Wait, what'd you say?
When you have the Eldritch Blast that the Warlock has, and you start augmenting it, and that shit just get like stupid powerful.
Yeah, yeah. I played a warlock, a 10-year-old warlock who was actually possessed by her demon fiend, and that was really fun to play.
Hmm.
Um, so Fair, your first time in D&D, what was your overall really final thoughts on if you will play again, if you liked it, if you enjoyed it, or what are some things that you think that can change either with your character or with the game?
Definitely gonna play again. This is fully something that is within my realm of things that I would enjoy and that I did enjoy. So I definitely will play again. My biggest takeaway is something that we talked about earlier before we got on the podcast live, was just the fact that I needed to do a little bit more research on how to properly execute my spells and just make sure that I know all of the things as it relates to my character. So when we created my character sheet, I was really confident and I was like, yes, I want this because this is gonna do this. And then when it came down to the game, I was like, wait a minute, which one do what? Huh? So now I need to do more reading on how to bring my vision, because I have a vision in my mind of my character, how I want my character to present herself and what all that entails. You know, tieflings and our as a race are already not very trusty of other people, and a lot of people don't trust us. And so I
Yes.
really wanted to exemplify that in my character, and that's another reason why I was super standoffish with trying to give the market some healing. I was like, bro, I don't know you. So once I
Yeah.
see what you can do and see if this is gonna actually benefit me, then I'll share my healing. But I'm not just gonna be healing you all willy nilly because you could be my enemy. I don't know.
And I really liked how you did that, because tieflings are they're like feared, like they're liked and respected after a while, but like the common people, the peasants,
We can
and
be as
even
a
some of the
person, you know. We
nobles,
all know that.
yeah, even some of the nobles like don't really f with tieflings at all. So I really liked how you added that part into your character, into your narrative.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it and I liked it. This is something I've seen from afar with you and Demarcus from the times that I would travel down to Atlanta and that y'all would go and play D&D, and I'd be like, okay, well, I'm gonna just be at the house in the backyard and I'll see y'all when y'all done, I guess. But now, you know, if I'm ever around and I prepare accordingly and, you know, do my studying and stuff, I could participate and then it'll be fun. It'll be something else that we would all have in common. So I really enjoyed it. I mean, for nothing else but nostalgia of how things were when we were in college. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I will say that like part of the reason it's so hard to like, I guess, manage all the characters' abilities because we jumped you in at level 10.
Yeah.
And you did a great job for jumping in at like such a high level. If you started out at like level 1, the way a campaign would normally begin, or like level 3 or something, like you wouldn't have as many things. So you'll have time to like learn how to use this one thing. Then you'll learn a few more things. Then you'll be able to like learn how to use those and pick what you want. And it usually takes once you start playing a campaign from like level 1 to about level 5, like you really like solidify your character's identity. In a game that I'm playing in the office, like I really feel like I know who my character is and what he does and how he operates. And like now, like around level 4 or 5 is when they really start to solidify.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you play another campaign currently, Demarcus?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how do you compartmentalize that?
I've always just been good at like compartmentalizing, you know what I'm saying? Like the thing, don't let the left hand know what the right hand doing. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but really for me, I don't do a lot of prep work before D&D. Like even DMing I did a lot more, but I feel like I even as a DM I don't do a lot of prep work because that helps me keep it contained. It's like all right, once we start this session, I'm playing and this is what we're doing. I might do a little like review after. That's what I'm good for. Like I'm not gonna do prep work ahead of time, but like after the game, I'll definitely like review, like see what skills I was using. I'll probably spend like another hour after the game doing that, and just like kind of going back over stuff in my head, and like what I could have did better, abilities that I could have used that I didn't, how I want my character to develop in the next levels. Because my other character right now, like
Okay.
I want them to get a feat that helps them out, but I can't even remember what the feat is, and I didn't take the note down, so I'm gotta try to remember it again.
Okay. That's neat. I know for me, if I'm thinking about my character, I will probably get my characters at this stage confused, where I'd be like, wait a minute, what does this character do again?
Yeah.
But yeah, I really enjoyed it. When I thought, and the Marcus will tell y'all, when we were like building my character, I was like, this is gonna be me in D&D form. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
It was.
So, Candace, any last words, or
Last words.
I know that your second playthrough wasn't
Get
as
kicked off the island.
successful as your first playthrough. But any last words on like this game and like if you are still interested in playing again?
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely playing again, and I'm trying to gather some people now to, start our own, like
Ah,
learning,
We
like
got one, y'all. We got another one.
I like it.
Oh yeah. So, I mean, I think only one person will be here, so it's like it's going to be spread across, like kind of like this, where, well, yeah, kind of spread across. Um, but yeah, I want to start my own thing and like actually start learning a little bit more because all of them going to be new too. So we ain't gonna have nobody except for me, which is obviously not that great of a reference. Um, but this is helping me to understand more and like what I actually have to do on the beforehand before these games happen to start understanding my characters. Um, and I might be hitting one of y'all up and asking y'all some questions because stuff still be confusing me. Like when y'all tell Loronta to remove like check off spells, I don't get what that means. I was like, didn't I don't get what checking off the spell means, I guess, to be more accurate. Um
yeah, every time you use a spell slot, you gotta check off that spell slot. Like you have like 3 spell slots for level 3, so you can only use those spell slots 3 times. So you use identify. That was the only spell that you use, right?
yeah.
Okay, so that's a level 1 spell. So I think you have 4. So now you only have 3 level 1 spells left until you do a long rest. So
Mm,
I gotta teach you how to mark it off on your character sheet on roll 20. But that's all that is.
okay. Cause
And
I
go ahead,
oh,
sorry.
sorry. No, that makes sense because I was just trying to figure out like when does the spell come back? Because I assume it has to come back at some point. But I didn't know if it was like after a battle it'll come back or if it was
Yeah.
well now I know it's after a long rest. So I was like, okay, I just needed clarification and it was hard to go look up stuff while playing because like I wanted to listen and see what everybody else was doing.
No,
Um
ask questions. Ask questions.
yeah.
When I
Right, you
told
can go.
yeah, he was like, mark that spell off around for the whole day.
Yes.
Yes, for the whole day. It's gone.
Yes.
For 15 minutes all day? All day? No, you don't mean all day.
Yes.
Oh man.
Okay. All
I was
right.
I
having
had so many moments in this game where I was dying laughing. Like I was like, let me put myself on mute because I'm about to distract everybody.
yeah. And and spells are complex, which is why I avoid. I kind of avoid playing like full spell characters. Like I'll do an Eldritch Knight, but then I'm mainly relying on like melee attacks because I was explaining spells to Fair, and I'm just trying to get her to understand that your spell level is not the same as your character level. I don't know how else to say it. I don't know what the words to use.
I was like,
He was like, but I'm level 5. I'm level 10. Why I only got level 5 spells? I'm like, it's not
Yeah,
the
that
same.
was throwing
The
me
same thing.
too. I was
It's
like,
not
that
the
don't make
same
no
thing.
sense. Like, how am I not growing with my level of magic? Like,
like,
it don't make
what
no
is wrong with
sense.
me? Am I retarded? I can't. I was
You
like,
So
I
are
need
The rules to D&D that even though it's such a free game, if you don't know like the even like the base rules, you can just your character just don't do nothing. Like
let
mine
me
did.
just
Just kept
explain.
dying.
As
you had bad rolls, Candace. You just had a bad night, and it's okay. Sometimes you have a bad game, and it's like, yo, I feel like trash.
like okay, let me explain. It is very very rare for spellcasters in the D&D world to even have level 5 spells because
Mm.
the arcanum, the weave, the arcanum was cut off by because people were using spells that they were like destroying armies, reshaping the worlds, making mountains fly. So the gods of magic cut off people's access to the arcana. So that's why like you're level 10, but you can only have level 5 spells because they cut off your access to magic a long time ago. So that's the rule reason why you can't um, do anything like that.
Right.
Grow with your spells. It is very slow, and people have to constantly use it. They have to read, and they have to experience life with their magic for them to actually progress that way. So yeah.
Now,
And
how long does a campaign normally last? Like if I know we like going through like this one to like teach
mhm.
teach us how to play, but how long do y'all normally stay in an actual campaign?
So I went from 1 to 20, and we were playing every week for 2.5 years.
I was gonna
Oh
say
wow.
Okay, wow.
about 2 years is like I think is the average campaign. Because we've been playing the campaign, other campaign I'm in. We've been playing for more than almost a year. Yeah, we've been playing for like almost a year, like every other month. And I think we're maybe halfway through Curse of Strahd, which is a very popular D&D campaign to play.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so those books, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. What did you say?
Yeah.
Hmm? Me?
What did you say? Mm-hmm.
Oh
I will
yeah.
tell you.
I was saying that those are the by the way, also this is a shameless plug, but my company is a board game company, yo. So
Mm,
if y'all trying to get some D&D stuff, just let me know. So we
mm-hmm.
don't got
Oh
everything,
yeah,
but
can
we
you
do
send me
got
a
some
link?
things. Huh?
Yeah.
Oh well,
I said
nah.
yes. Send me a link.
There's no way for you to see it for real, because we just kind of help in the background. We aren't the forefront people, so you just kind of let me know. Um,
Okay. Okay.
and I can see if we
I
got
mean,
it on hand. Mostly dice. I got a lot of dice. We got lots of dice, and we got lots of books.
Okay.
So
And we
okay.
got Wrath of the Shardalon board game, which is a D&D board game.
oh yeah, I got that. So we
What's the
got
board
different.
game?
Huh?
What's the board game?
Wrath of a Shardalon.
Oh, okay. Go Candace. Okay. Okay. So now you're learning how to actually play the game that you're
Yeah,
playing.
yeah. I'm about to get we got this pound of dice bag that I really want. So I think I'm gonna get that.
Okay.
It's got like all these different types of dice and they're so pretty, so I'm gonna go get them. Um
All right. All right. So, any
yeah.
final words before we move on to everybody's favorite part?
Yeah, I mean, I love the game. I love playing with y'all. It was great, man. It was fun. And I always say like D&D is better when you play with friends. And you get out of it what you put into it. And I think everybody came with good energy, came in like putting, you know, really putting themselves into the characters and trying to like really play it. And it turned out real well. It was great. I loved it. Thank y'all for showing up. Can't wait till the next DM again.
Thank you
Mm-hmm.
for having us, and thank you and
Yeah.
Jared for y'all patient because I know when we were building our character sheets, Demarcus really was like full coach mode. It was like, no, we'll go
Yo.
through this. We spent hours on these sheets. And then I still had questions. And Jared was like, no, you could do this, you could do that. And I really, y'all, I swear I thought I was getting on Jared nerves. I'm like, he gonna be like, she can't never play with us again. She had too many questions. Jared answered every single question. It made me so comfortable. And I was like, this is fun.
10.
Okay. So, Rita, you awaken from this uh uh unconsciousness. You look over and you see this burly 7 or 8 foot tall man behind you. Your arms are chained up. Looks like you're in a prison cell.
Okay.
What do you do?
I want to use insight
An
and see what I
insight.
get from my insight.
Okay, an insight check is usually used with people to determine if they're lying or not. You can use a perception check to see what you can perceive, an investigation check if you are to like detect some things, like if you're a detective. So I would suggest using a perception check.
Okay, I got a question. I don't have perception check.
So on your character sheet, Let me go to it. On your character sheet, on all your skills, perception. Yeah, you do have perception check. It's right under nature.
Okay. But there's like no check mark next to it. What does the check mark mean again?
No, there doesn't have to be a check mark next to it. A check mark just means that your class and your experience in the past gives you more perception. But just because there's no check mark doesn't mean that you can't roll it. You can roll this.
Cool. Yeah, so perception. Here we go.
Oh,
girl, that was my biggest fear, asking too many questions, because everything's got, like, you'd be like, oh yeah, you can do this, and then, but actually, the markers would go like, yeah, you can do this. Well, let me put something else out there for you. Like, you know, I was like, oh my god, there's too many things you can do. But then he'll give you, like you'll give your suggestion of what would be the best thing to do, and I'd be like, oh okay, well I'm definitely gonna do that. Or like, sometimes I would go against it and then regret it later. But you know,
I think that's really important. Like, there's like a right way, or there's a strategic way to build your character a lot of times, but build your character the way you want, man. Like my character was a Goliath fighter and with like 3 levels in Bard. Like, and I did that so, you know, he can have like that macho man, Ratchet Savage, woo! Kind of attitude. You know what I'm saying? So he's strong and charismatic.
Thick neck.
Thick neck. thick with 3 C's.
Any final words, Loronta?
Hey, as always, it was a pleasure playing with y'all. I appreciate the patience, like they said, because like we're still new. So there's some stuff that, you know, you gotta explain multiple times, and I just appreciate the patience. And it's been a good ride so far. I hope the listeners are enjoying the journey. And I appreciate all of y'all for listening. And yeah, that's that.
Okay. All right. Well, if that's being said, we will reconvene our D&D adventure, still at level 10, but part 2 of my campaign in a month. And yeah, we'll see what happens next time on Loronta's Game Part 2.
Game 2 Part 2. Game 2
Part 2 in a month, and we will hopefully it'll be just as fun. But let's take a quick break and come back with the questions. Everybody's favorite part.
All right, welcome back, guys. Time for your favorite part of the show, questions, where we answer questions from our listeners, such as yourself. If you want to submit a question, feel free to submit it at blackgeekenergy@gmail.com. Also on Instagram and TikTok at blackgeekenergy, all one word, and on Twitter at BGE_pod. So let's dive right in. All right, first up from Instagram, we got Uchiha for Life. He asked, what's the most meaningful cultural experience you've ever had?
Oh. Most meaningful cultural experience.
Yeah, he went deep on that one. DeMarcus, you want to go, or you want to take a second?
I mean, I got one type of mind. The most meaningful cultural experience, I got to say, is when I went to Amsterdam with Fair for her 30th birthday party. And they had that little family, they had like a little family party for, like, this joint was huge.
My party was not little.
I mean, I just said it was huge. It was a huge ass party. Like, all her family was there. And like it was like a little, they had a band there from when they was like kids. They used to like go sneak out and see. And like at one point, everybody had a little rag and was waving around, and I still got my rag and it say Fair on it. It's dope. It was dope. I was like, yo, this is. It felt like being in another place, experiencing something different, and it was real personal because I love Fair, and we've been friends for so long. That's my sister from another mister.
Right. Was it 13 years?
What,
2009 to now?
Oh, 14.
Are you just? Yeah, it's like 14. Yeah, but we ain't have to. You ain't have to call out that part because now I just feel old.
Lifelong friends. That's good. No, that's dope. That's dope. Anybody else?
I don't really have a lot of cultural experiences. I just think that Hampton was a big cultural experience for me because I like to read a lot and I like to, be in the house downloading Naruto episodes straight from Japan every week. So I think that my biggest culture shock was just being in Hampton, and I had to be around people. And I had to talk to people, and I had to communicate, and like I had to find out who I was outside of just reading, playing video games, and watching anime. So I think that was a big culture shock for me. Well, not really a shock, but it was a big cultural experience for me.
Yeah, I'll piggyback off you as well. For me, it was going to college as well. As a first generation college student. I had a lot of family. Yeah, definitely. So everybody in my family worked. We had some entrepreneurs, but we just seen a certain type of, I'll say black person, if that makes sense. So going to Hampton, meeting folks from Cali, Maryland, DC, Alaska, New York, Miami, it just showed me different types of black people, and that we come in, multiple different ways. So that'd probably be my ladies.
Mine is going to be my cousin's wedding. On my mom's side, our ancestors are from the country of India, and we don't really have a lot of our family members that actually participate in that space. And so we've definitely picked up more of like the Creole and the Caribbean aspect of my family. But my cousin, she is mostly Indian and her partner is full Indian. And so they had this wedding, and my family, and that's why I told them, I was like, it was big. My family, if we do something, go big or go home. We're going to have fireworks. We're going to have a band that everybody recognized that's super popular. And my cousin, she had the same thing. So she also had a live music band, Sabrosa, which is a really popular music band where they also play not only Indian music, but also Surinamese music, which is fully submerged in my mother's culture. And so I just remember being at that wedding. My cousin was fully dressed head to toe. She had this beautiful reddish pink gown with gold adornments, and she had henna tattoo. It was really full Indian wedding, and it was great food, great music. And one thing that really stood out to me was the fact that my uncle was serving her husband and his family as a way of like thanking them for taking over the responsibility of taking care of my cousin. And then I remember when she left at the end of the wedding, it was like literally her first night away from being home, and it was super like dramatic and emotional, and people were crying, and I didn't really understand it. But then I had to go back and actually like ask I was asking my mom a hella questions, because I can't remember if this was when I was a teenager or if this was when I was in Hampton. But I just remember that I was young, and I was like, why is everybody crying? Like, she's just going around the corner. It's like that serious. My mom was like, all this time she had been at home and really been super like close and under her family, but now she's starting her own family. And so it really was this big emotional moment between the families and like my aunt and my uncle and my cousins. And so I just remember that, and that was a big cultural experience because it made me more curious about the Indian part of my family and what some of those cultural aspects are that I'm not really exposed to, even though that's a part of my heritage.
Yeah, Indian weddings are so grand, and I used to always say that if I were going to get married, I would wear like what the men in India wear, because I just thought that was like tussets are so European to me, but like those Indian wedding I guess formal wear is like so amazing. Yeah. But Fair, how many days was it?
The wedding, I only went to the official wedding ceremony,
Oh, okay.
which was from like 2 p.m. to like 11 at night. Way too long for my capacity, but I had a great time. And now that I think about it, I had to have not been of age because I don't remember drinking any alcohol. And that definitely for something that long.
Nice.
But I think they did 3 days. But I was traveling because this was like during the time period that I had went home on vacation, and I just so happened to be there during the time that my cousin was getting married, and so that was cool.
Nice.
Oh,
Yep, I have pictures somewhere. I'll try to find some and send them to y'all. I like slick shot to look at Facebook just to see if I could find like a date, and I was like, oh my gosh, this party was ages ago.
I definitely want to see the dress that you were talking about. It sounds really pretty.
Yeah, me too.
Gorgeous.
Okay, Candace, what's yours?
Mine is literally similar to everybody except for, um, which is and I include my going into college and going into grad school, was my connection back to, well, being Black. Because, well, you may not know actually, but I obviously grew up within a more Caucasian white area. And I was very, PK kid, so I didn't see nothing but the church and the school and my house.
A player killer?
Preacher's kid.
A pastor kid, preacher's kid.
I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. My bad. Geek brain. Sorry.
It's,
PK? Player killer? A player killer?
So yeah, like, is the weirdest things. Like, I honestly, for the life of me, did not know Black people would get hurt. I don't know why I don't know why, but I saw my first Black person in crutches at Hampton. And I was like, what are they doing? Are they okay? Like,
that is
white people
horrible.
You like, Black people can break their bones? Wait a minute.
Like, I don't know. I literally never saw that before. So I was like, okay, that's new to me. But then, like, I think the biggest culture anything I had was when I went to grad school in Paris, and I had to really band with the Black people that were there, which is 2 other girls that did eventually leave me because they rude. But it was just really trying to find a space to exist and be seen, because they really know how to cover you up over there.
Wow.
So I think those are my two. They're kind of the same thing, but like, it's really trying to come into my Blackness and love myself, for who I am.
There you go. I love that. And we glad you made it through.
Yeah.
Me too.
Because not knowing that Black people can get hurt, that's like what doctors learned today. That's why Black people are not given medicine when they say they're hurt. They're like, oh no, you're not hurt, you're Black.
Yeah. It's shameful.
Learn like moving from Atlanta to Paris. Y'all, I ended up being in Amsterdam during the time that Candace was in Paris, and she pulled up on me in Amsterdam. And like, we spent a whole day in the city just going to go see stuff. And a lot of my friends, they don't like to do the things that I like to do, which is why I love moments like this. And I'm like, see, I am who I am. Candace took me to MoMA. I had never gotten anybody to take me to MoMA. We went to a Dutch costume museum, which is now closed because of the pandemic.
Oh, no.
Yes, it's no longer open. I looked because I was going to take DeMarcus, and then when we went last summer, and I was like, if Candace would have never went to Amsterdam, I probably never would have went to that museum. And it was a really nice museum.
It was.
So yeah, I remember that growth era of Candace.
Nice.
Nice.
Lots of people remember that, and they're like, "Dang, you changed a lot."
In a good way, though. Growth is something all aspire to and be comfortable
Tell them we
with.
supposed to. Loronta, what's your most significant cultural experience?
He said
I
going
kind
to
of said the
Hampton.
same thing.
He did. Oh, my bad. My bad.
Going to college. Shout out to the big HU, not the little one. But moving along. Gonna dive back into these Instagram DMs. We got Visual Inc. Visual.inc. Give them a follow, y'all. So Visual Inc. asks, if you could live in any time period, past or present, which one would you choose to live in? I'll jump in first. I would like to live in the year 2045.
So it's or future because you just said past or present.
I said any time period.
That's real soon. Like we're gonna be there.
Yeah, I know. But like being like the age we are now in like what's that, like 20 plus years, I feel like hopefully technology will be like even more advanced and will be, I don't know. I like the future. It looks pretty good. So.
I mean, I think that us all being black people, we're all gonna pick the future. I don't think that none of us want to travel too far back in the past.
You can't.
I take it back. I take it back.
I know what I know now. I will be dead.
Exactly.
This is a white people question.
Exactly. Oh, I would like to be in the age of Bridgerton. No.
I like to go to the 80s. The 80s was pretty cheap, man. The 80s was really affordable, man. You could fuck your life up, 3 times before you're 35 and still become successful.
But so, I just don't know if I want to be in the 80s in Memphis, Tennessee.
Exactly.
Oh no, you ain't got to go to Memphis now. You get you're not.
So then, where would you go?
I mean, Atlanta was decent in the 80s. Okay.
Oh, Atlanta in the 80s, Atlanta was still a hidden gem. It was like when you down there, it's lit, but don't know many people know about it yet.
Super cheap. Atlanta was super cheap. I mean, come on.
I mean,
I would do the
for the 90s, like during the Freaknik period. I feel like I missed something there. I feel like I missed something.
So, talk about Freaknik, then I'll go to my answer to that question. I remember one time I was on the way to church during Freaknik, and right on the way to church, right at 10 o'clock in the morning, right on the streets of Atlanta, some girl was giving some dude some head. Oh. And like they saw me looking, and I was like, "Look at that!" Did she realize what it was? She's like, "Don't look at that! Don't look this way." And the guys that were watching the head noticed me looking, and they kind of like stood in front of the girl. But yeah, right on the street, right on the way to church. I'm in my full church attire. Some girl was giving some dude head during Freaknik. Some college dude from Howard. I'm just kidding, but yeah.
I would also like to go back to the 90s in Atlanta, and so I can go to Freaknik, because my dad took me to Freaknik when I was like real young, and like stood me on top of a car, and I couldn't. There were so many people that I could not see clearly to the middle, but like the glimpses that I could see, like either this girl was dancing naked or she was like getting passed around this circle. It was like, but I was young, and this was like what 25 years ago at this point. So
yeah, but
what year was this? What year was this?
I feel like it was like 97. I feel like it was
97. Oh yeah, on the back end it was wild. On the back end of Freaknik.
On the back end it was tearing down the city.
It started off innocent, fun, and then it just
I remember my mom would like to be in it.
So debaucherous. Like when I look at the videos, I'm like, these people could not conceptualize the internet. Like it was such a foreign concept, because the way these people carried on and showed their behind was insane.
Who?
You and me.
Oh, you cut out there.
Yeah, I had to mute myself. I was getting interrupted. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so they could not conceptualize the internet. So the way that these people carried on and like showed their tail, I'm just like, y'all never thought this footage was gonna see the light of day. And that's back when people had phones. And so I'm really interested in seeing what this proposed documentary is supposed to look like, because I'm like, the video quality back then was trash.
No, it's like security cam footage.
No, people didn't have flip phones then.
People had, if you had a phone in the 90s, it was a fat ass brick, like not like the Nokia brick, like the house phone brick phone.
Maybe the video was like camcorder video with like the tape.
Yeah,
it was on the somebody walking around like this with a camera, like it wasn't
that's a luxury. That's a luxury.
Maybe
that's a luxury.
If somebody had a camera like this big, like that's a luxury. But most folks they had the You gotta put that shit on your shoulder because it's heavy.
Yeah, and like you like seeing videos, that's just not even the half of it. Or that's not even like 10% of it. Cause like I remember my mom like loved Freaknik. And like I remember we would go to IHOP at like 11 o'clock. She's like, let's go to IHOP and see what's happening. So I was like, okay. but but yeah, she like the things that I saw as a child, like of people being very rambunctious and being very scantily clad and being like in the full freak Nick, like nah, like the stuff on video, like except in this documentary, that's not even be 10% of the stuff that I saw personally with my own eyes. So nah, freak Nick was crazy. But going back to Loronta's question, I definitely have to pick the future because I don't want to be back in Freaknik times because like they really did trash the city, and like they really did tear up the city. So I definitely want to be in the future because not only was Freaknik times not good for me as a gay man, but as a like the gay scene in Atlanta
You're
wasn't
gay?
as yeah. I came out last episode. Yeah, I already came out. Were you listening?
Was I there?
That's
All right.
I didn't know
Well,
Jared was gay.
and as
This
a
is
gay, I
news
would
to
like
me.
the black gay scene to be a little bit more
Ain't
developed.
it?
So I have to say the future. I think I would go just 100 years to 21, 23 to really see how
Everybody
this.
gonna be mixed. Everybody's gonna be
How? But
biracial.
there, as a kid, you didn't know what the black gay scene in Atlanta looked like in the 90s.
I talk to
It could have
people.
been it could have been popping.
No, I talk to people.
in the 90s.
Yes.
No, people were hidden. People were not honest about their sexuality.
No,
People were
no,
not.
everybody wasn't hidden.
Yeah, like no, Atlanta has always had like little gay soul culture.
Yeah. I remember I was talking to somebody and he was like, when they were doing Pride in Atlanta, the black people weren't being represented, like the black drag queens and the black performers for Pride weren't being hired. So I remember back then was a time where they decided to do the Black Pride in Atlanta because
Mm.
the black presenters and black drag queens weren't being represented during the White Pride because they weren't being hired. So yeah, even back then, like it was still an issue, and yeah, people were out, but they weren't being represented.
I
So
didn't realize how many people were out in the 90s.
Hmm.
yeah, girl.
We was kids and we just didn't, you ain't see them every day like we see them now, like we grown now.
Yeah.
Well, I was exposed to a lot of that stuff growing up. I did not lead a very sheltered life. My parents were super open about everything and talking to us. And my mom used to just always, I can like hear her in my mind and on my shoulder, just constantly saying, "Don't judge people. Like you don't
Mm-hmm.
know what you like. So if this person has decided that this is what they like, then let them like what they like." She's like, "That ain't your business." She is heavy on the mind your business.
Mm.
And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
"You're right."
but
I
I would.
always raised personally not to be judgmental of other people's opinions. But I just thought that back in those times that other people were not as accepting. So that a lot of people weren't able to really come out and have public discourse about their sexuality, which is
Mhm.
so unfair. Like nobody looks at straight people and just like, oh my gosh, you're straight. I'm like, it's not. It should just be a regular way of life now. Like love who you love and be with who you want to be with and do what you want, child.
And that's
Life
also
is short.
true. That's also why I wouldn't want to go back there because, like, as a gay man, like even Glee did come out until the 2000s. So yeah, it
Mm-hmm.
would be all bad. But I would like to go just 100 years in the future to see how this intelligence age is going to really pan out and see where it leads us. So and see where this AR
That's a good
stuff,
one.
there's like this Apple AR, see where that
VR.
develops. Well, they're calling it AR. It's augmented
Ooh,
reality because you're
augmented reality.
still in the real world, but there's just an overlay on top of the real world. So,
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, I would just like to see where that takes us in the future of that. So, yeah, I would say
For
100
sure.
years in the future.
Okay. Okay. Everybody else?
Oh, yeah. I would be like maybe like 2070, maybe. I just want my loans to be done.
Oh.
That's
very practical. Very practical.
That's all I want. I can't think about nothing else.
Just sent me. He's talking about 45 years to pay on some loans.
Now, I gotta say this though. If I could go back in the past with the knowledge that I have today, then yes, I am going to go back. I'm going back with lottery numbers, with stock tips, with information about Bitcoin and everything. I'm going back in time to play the market and really be a financial millionaire. But if I can't have that knowledge, I would just go into the future.
The Bitcoin is a really good hack, Jared, because I know quite a few people that really hit, especially during the pandemic with Bitcoin. And I was like, I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense to me. I can't keep up with it. Changes. It's too
going back down
volatile.
now. It's not really doing what it's supposed to be doing now. So it was just during that pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When it first came out, you could get like multiple Bitcoins for 1 cent. And now one Bitcoin, well, I know at its peak, one Bitcoin was like $68,000. So
it's like 32 now.
Yeah.
I got me some Bitcoin.
Yes, sir.
How early did you get it?
I got mine like this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you seen it grow? Have you made like a withdrawal yet?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Like, yeah, got a little bit in there.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a couple though, not much, like a couple $100, like, and it was like 2020, right as it was rising, or like peaking out, and then it started to drop. And I was like, see, this that bullshit sale, get out of here. Because I just felt like that NFTs, all that shit. I just feel like not money laundering, but I feel like they capitalize off of like average folks, and you know how we want to not get rich quick, but we want to make some money. So that's another conversation.
NFTs,
I mean, a lot of that stuff is like, it's like if I had like $20,000 to put in Bitcoin, like when I bought it, I would have made a lot more money, but I would have started with a lot more money too. So I hear exactly what you're saying. What I'm saying.
Yeah. So let's keep it going. Last question.
Why are we looking at JT right now?
Who?
Is that JT?
Oh, hold on. No, that's not JT. That was a reaction meme that I don't know why it my camera should stay on. But what was I? No, I'm going back to the question. Sorry about that. To the last question. This is from the email. This is Quentin from Boston. He writes in, "What's the one thing you would do if you knew you couldn't fail?"
Invest money.
Okay.
Or steal.
Shut the fuck up.
One of those. Invest money or steal.
Oh dear.
I gotta think about something that I'm like really afraid to do. Cause y'all know me, I just be doing stuff. I don't be caring. I be like, and we just gonna see.
What about you? What's something you would do, Loronta?
If I knew I couldn't fail, oh. Definitely, on the business side of things, start a business. Me and my brothers, we got an idea we're working on, and it's one of those, because for me, our generation and moving forward, they cook less and less and less. So, restaurants are always going to be, one of those profitable businesses. So I was definitely looking into the restaurant space, but just what makes sense for us, So that's something I wouldn't mind doing, opening up a restaurant, not a fast casual, to where it's not a high end restaurant, but it's not like a McDonald's or nothing like that. But it's like I said, fast
a
casual
Five Guys.
That's fast food. So I said fast casual. So think Longhorn, Olive Garden. So it's not high end. It's not high end, but it's not
Applebee's.
Yeah, right, but not exactly like fast casual, but a little bit better. Applebee's. Hey, ain't no wrong with Applebee's though. I
There's
ain't gonna
something
shade
wrong.
Oh,
I'm a
so Chili's. Chili's.
But yeah,
That's what I'm saying
going
in that realm. But yeah, I
uh,
would love to do that.
a meal going out is the same as a meal in groceries nowadays. So
That's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. The price of
But
groceries. Yeah.
see,
Where
Go
y'all
ahead.
be buying
the
y'all groceries at?
but see,
Kroger.
I mean, I understand what it's saying. So if you go out and buy a meal, it's probably gonna cost you the same as like buying groceries.
How is that?
But hold on, listen to Fair. Let me finish. But if I buy groceries and make that same meal, I've made like at least 4 to 6 servings versus like I go out and I only get one serving, maybe one and a half.
Well, I don't
Oh,
eat
you don't.
everything. Like I can go to Chipotle and spread that out for 4 servings. Like and I get full. I get really full. So going
You
out
see
for
everybody
me.
face, everybody looking at you like, nigga, what?
So y'all eat the Chipotle in one setting?
The most
I
I can
mean,
do is like I can
yeah,
only
maybe
easily
two,
two. I can't do it
maybe
Make
in
that
one
one,
and a
but
judgment
I can do
call.
half.
two.
Yep.
Well, I can
And I
go
literally
4.
like I mix everything up because the bowl,
Oh,
everything kind of layered. So I mix it
Hmm.
all up and then I take half of it out, eat that half, and then the other half I warm it up the next day. And I warm
warm it
mine
Oh,
up.
up in the oven. That's the hack.
oh, okay, okay. But yeah, I can go 4 at Chipotle and like going out to eat.
Jesus.
Why you say Jesus like that?
Cause boy,
Cause it
I'm
ain't
hungry just
food.
listening to you.
But yeah, I can
I
go
got a
4
problem.
for
I got a
Chipotle. And that's
problem.
just ten
I do
dollars.
one sitting. I do one sitting. I'm sorry.
I can't
Wow.
I can't
Well,
sometimes, Loronta. I
if
gotta
you
be
got a high
hungry though.
metabolism and you weigh a
Mm-mm.
buck 70, you could do that.
Nah,
But for us,
we
Not a
you
220,
buck
know,
baby.
70.
220. 220.
oh, look at how excited he is, y'all. He
Hey,
just gained
220.
1 pound
I'm
in the
thick.
past 5 years.
I'm
Lorenzo, hey,
thick.
Lorente say you got to be two something to do something.
Two some to do some. We
So
thick, baby.
what would
Uh-huh.
you do if you couldn't fail, Candace?
It's kind of same lines as Florante. I want to start a business or actually, invest in myself.
Hey.
Sometimes, that I would love to be like Fair and be as just gung ho and like, just go ahead and do something. But it's that fear, man. That shit can be debilitating. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, I'm working on myself, but that's what I want to do, and that's what I'm going to do. Just, it's taking
In
me some
your own
time.
time.
Yeah, just taking me some time. That's.
Yeah.
But if I would start now, if I didn't have, if I wasn't fearful about it.
And DeMarcus?
I would sell cocaine.
Why
I'm just joking,
Straight
y'all.
to it. Straight
I'm
to it.
just joking. I'm just
did
joking.
that
I
Moving
open
not
it.
keys.
sound? That didn't sound out your realm, though.
Those keys. Moving those
Yeah,
keys.
I got the
Moving
keys.
those keys.
Hey,
Uh,
no, I would.
Pablo in Mexico, he
Colombia.
literally has his own government right now. Like nobody can
Colombia.
stop him. So
But I wouldn't
Colombia.
want to do that. It's a lot of stress. I mean,
Looking over
like
your shoulder.
one thing that I want to do in my lifetime is like open a strip club and like own a strip club. I feel like that's like it would be dope.
DeMarcus,
So
my thing is though, bro. You gotta separate business and pleasure.
I do. I separate
Okay.
business and
I
pleasure,
feel like
sir.
I actually feel like DeMarcus would be a great business owner for a strip club, and he wouldn't be messing for whatever reason. I feel like he wouldn't mess with the girls
But you know they're gonna
too
try.
much,
No, it's not him. It's them. You know how a girl like they try like come on now. Let's
and he gonna play
wait,
him the
wait,
whole
wait.
time.
You know how girls are? Can you go more in depth on that, please? Because now we have 2 girls on the podcast, and I would like to know what you mean.
Oh, what you
okay,
know?
perfect.
My ears are
Perfect.
open.
Let's dive.
Oh,
Let's
look at
dive.
that face though.
Y'all know
I'm
how
ready.
really in any job, if they see like so in strip club sex sales, right? Like that's just a going thing. And so they're gonna try and get over, especially on their boss. So they're not gonna try and pay their whatever their stripper dues. You know how they gotta pay their house. They're gonna try and do
Yeah.
that and they're gonna try and offer sex just to be able to do what they want.
But
And
if I
What?
but if I if
Excuse
I
me?
if I own the strip club, I'm gonna have somebody else taking care of that. They ain't gonna even interact with me for that.
oh, okay, so you're just gonna be the
Wait,
owner.
why they gotta offer sex?
Wow.
They don't
They
have
don't have
to.
to offer
I'm not
sex.
saying all of them. I'm not saying all of them.
They don't have to
I'm
offer
not
sex.
saying
No,
all of them.
what he's saying,
that all
what he's
women
saying
use
that
their attributes to get over?
Not all
not
women.
all, not all, not
Not
all,
all.
not at all.
Let's
No, but like,
be
why was
real.
that the first
Come
thing
on.
you thought of when you said something about a strip club? Why was that the first thing?
Yeah.
Because what is a
Hey,
strip club? The number one thing.
y'all haven't been to as many strip clubs as me and Loronta. Y'all ain't
And what's your
seen.
point?
Fair's up there.
Nah,
Fair's up
because
there.
y'all have a skewed
Fair's up there.
version of what strippers do anyways.
What did Loronta do? Because I specifically remember a time that I was in Atlanta and he was supposed to pull up and he did not. And that happened twice.
Mm.
Twice.
This is what we're about to do, huh?
Hey, I'm glad you in the house, Loronta.
Saying that, baby. I done passed him
Loronta.
in there, but he was stuck on. See, I didn't have to change. I'm still stuck on the fact that you said that women use their attributes to get ahead, like men don't do the same thing.
Exactly.
Exactly. We are talking about a literal strip club.
What's your point?
Okay,
what is your point?
No.
Loronta, you should have left this one alone, bro.
Owner or bouncer or houseman or whoever the hell is gonna want some pussy, and he gonna be trying to get it from her. It's the same thing. Don't even do that because I've seen it.
And to say that men do not also take the opportunities at their job when they are presented with opportunities, whether they be ethical or unethical too, is wrong. You literally heard strip club and your mind went to, oh no, these women are gonna take advantage of the markets like all women are devils.
If you see a sucker, you're gonna lick it.
And you are gonna lick it too. You're gonna lick it too. If somebody
now the market is a sucker.
Loronta, if somebody says this is a house, you could get full commission on this house, and I have a buyer right now you don't have to do any of the work. What are you gonna do, Loronta?
You don't suck that dick.
Exactly.
Hold on. I'm sorry.
Exactly. So don't be on here saying that all women are trash or all women are demons.
I did not say. See, y'all twisted my words.
You tried it.
Y'all twisted my words. Y'all are twisting my words.
We said
you said it. Yeah, you said it immediately when DeMarcus said strip club. I'm so glad y'all are
started to get real big. You started to smile hard. I was like, okay. We know where you gonna be.
I'm glad it's Loronta for once and not me.
Yeah. Nah, it's okay. I'll take the hit this time. Yes.
Usually it's me.
Usually I'm the only one.
I've had regular ass, when I was a general manager at a restaurant, I've had, not all of them, I'm not saying all, but there are people who try and, use what they got to get what they want. That's life.
Girls throwing that coochie at you at the Waffle House.
Exactly. Like, and I'm not saying all of them. I didn't say it but it's come on. They trying to finesse. They see like,
I need like 10 more hours on my check, but I don't really got time to work.
Right. Can I work this shift? Can I work this section? Come on, right? Say that what you done? No, man.
I ain't got time to work the shift here at the Waffle House, but I can work it somewhere else, Mr. Boss Man.
Oh, hell no. Hell no.
Jared, I be with you. I be on the phone like, yes, exactly, Jared. But you can't hear me because, I don't be on the podcast.
Exactly. I'm usually here by myself. I'm so glad that y'all are here. So glad.
Yeah.
Well.
All right.
Yeah, everybody. I want to
thank
you guys for listening. Huh?
I don't even know what that argument was about.
We're arguing about you said that females in
Why you bring it back up, bro? You should have just let it die.
I didn't say. First of all, I didn't say females. I didn't say females.
Always.
Who are you talking about then?
He said females. I said women. It's a difference. Y'all gotta learn.
And all we heard was unstable creatures.
Exactly. That's
all we heard. And it was red from.
You guys, go ahead. Let Loronta know how misogynistic his words are by tweeting us at BGE_pod or by going on our Instagram and TikTok at Black Geek Energy, where this clip will be posted. And Loronta is going to get flamed and he's going to get canceled. Or you can email us at blackgeekenergy@gmail.com when you email your local senator to ask, how is Loronta still on this platform spewing this hate against women? Or you can go
I didn't
under
say
our
all women.
comments. You can
I
go
did
under
not
our
say all
comments
women.
and just leave us 1 star for this episode. And then have under on the comment section, you can write in this podcast is very misogynist. One of their hosts hates all women, and then let so that we can know that Lorante, he's got to go. He has got to go. But
Dragging,
if you don't tell us,
dragging
we won't know. We really won't know. And then you can go on betterhelp.com/BGE pod and you can talk about it because Lorante's words and his actions towards women, they're so traumatic that we all have to talk about it with a professional. And that's what BetterHelp
dragging it. Oh my
offers
goodness.
everybody, no matter where you are or what platform that you use to uh, to talk to them. And I want to thank my two lovely guests and defenders of womankind everywhere, Fair and Kandace, for joining us and for playing with us this past weekend. We'll see them both again in a month. Kandace, anything else that you would like to say?
Um, I don't know if ever forgive you, Lorante, for what you just said, but but it's been lovely talking to y'all. This is definitely, literally, it's a highlight of my night. So, well, my day. So,
Yeah.
I appreciate being invited, and I hope to continue. I'll definitely keep listening and keep supporting you guys.
Yeah, and I'm sorry as well that you had to go through with that. You know, women have to go through so much that coming onto this podcast, my podcast, which is something that I started. I definitely don't want anything like that for women. So, and Fair, anything that you want to say? Any final words?
Lorante, you need to do better.
Mm.
You need to your
Talk about it.
words, because baby, you tried it. I am grateful for the opportunity to be online with y'all. I have enjoyed this podcast. I have had some laughs, but Lorante just took me there, and I'm not over it. I will be talking about this in my therapy session on tomorrow, 6 p.m. with me.
Yo.
Central Standard Time, by the way. Please, somebody send me a. I don't tweet, so send me some on IG or email or something and check in with your girl, because I'm about to call him offline.
It's always the quiet ones.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought he was better than this. I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all right. I'll be the bad guy. I'll be the bad guy today.
Yeah. So
Go ahead and mute your mic.
yeah. So I think that me.
Can I mute him?
Yeah, so me and Demarcus really have to discuss Lorante's future as a black geek on this podcast, and we really gotta make some hard decisions. So next week, we'll see what happens. But yeah, join us in on next week for the next exciting episode of Black Geek Energy.
BGE out.
Okay.
All right, let's take a break to check in on our geeks. How are y'all doing? How are y'all feeling? How's your heart? How's your mind? Now, y'all have asked us about mental health before and what our feelings are on mental health, and I say that your mental health is just as important as your physical health, your spiritual health, and your financial health, your fiscal health. And therapy, a lot of times, is a bridge to those other things. So our sponsor, BetterHelp, is here to help us with that and help you with that. And I know a lot of y'all don't believe in therapy. Y'all ain't got time for it. You know, can't nobody tell you how you feel. But that's not what BetterHelp is here to do. What BetterHelp does is that they have licensed professionals that help you understand why you're feeling the way you do and are able to walk you through those feelings and help you get to a better place or just to reassure you of where you already are. I'm in therapy myself, and I can tell you that it's working for me. So, why not give it a try? You can go to betterhelp.com/BGE pod. That's beta gamma epsilon pod for 10% off and get started with BetterHelp today.
I think it is so dope that y'all do this podcast. Let me just say.
Thank you.
I do. I really do. Being a Black geek and somebody that has been able to not see herself in various spaces, I enjoy this podcast.
Thank
and
you.
I like listening. I'll be cracking up because y'all three are hilarious. And so I really can say that I'm confidently a fan. And I'll be waiting. Like, now, I told you I'm a couple episodes behind. But I got a roast up next week. So I'll be able to listen to about 4 or 5 episodes next week.
Yeah. Next episode is a real good one. Because me and DeMarcus get into it. Yeah, we get into it really hard.
That's every episode, ain't
it?
Yeah, we really get into it. I was yelling. It's like, because I just ate. I was like, let me talk. Yeah, we really got into it bad. So, yeah. Okay, Loronta, it's on you.
Okay.
Oh, do the countdown again. And, make sure there's a brief pause in between of you saying one and of you starting it. Because, I'll be having to zoom all the way in to find that pause. So, yeah.
10-4. 10-4. Copy that.